Who the fuck is that guy?
I make my own moves, yeah, I'm bossing.
All weak bitches, please proceed to the exit.
Is there no one else? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
We are not for the weak.
Hey,
What's going on?
we're here.
We are here
We're here in
somewhere that looks way more familiar to people.
in another new location. Basically, we film in a new location every week now. It's on the road. On the road with James and Manny. That's what we're going to change it to. But this setup is a lot more comfortable.
It is. It's
your
way
weight,
more
your weight bench wasn't super comfortable last week, and we have Edward here.
Yeah.
Special guest Edward Norton.
Yeah. Joining us not live.
Not live. Yeah.
From one of the best movies ever made.
He might be here though. Who knows?
In spirit?
No, I mean like he might see this and be like, "Oh, dude, I'm going to get on that podcast."
And then he just like gives it a shout out.
He just calls us up. He's like, "Hey, I heard you were talking about the dicks in between frames on Fight Club." Is that really a thing though?
Yeah.
Really? I want to know whose dick it is.
I mean, do you want to Google it?
Have you?
Do you want that in your history?
No, I don't. But have you paused it to actually see the dick?
No.
So it's an urban legend right now.
Yeah, right now
Like it could not actually be a thing.
But the guy who directed it, David Fincher,
Mm-hmm.
he has been known to do shit like that.
Just throw dicks in.
Well, no, like play into the whole movie of it, like because it's supposed to be like influencing other people.
Yeah.
So he wanted to take it that extra level. So what do? Is they put subliminal messages within commercials and stuff like
What's
that.
the subliminal message of the dick though?
I don't know.
What's the significance of the penis? That's a philosophical question right there. What's the
Fuck, what is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of the dick? Somebody tell us.
Yeah, good times. Fight Club is good though. As I was saying before though, that's one of the many movies that Chrissy's never seen.
Why not?
Why not? Because why is the sky blue? Who knows, dude? Like I did like a thing on my Instagram and they were literally like, I was like, what's your favorite movie? Like somebody like asking everybody. And I got like a list of like 60 movies and I think she had seen like 10 of them. And those were it was like chick flicks. It was like Love Actually and like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days and like The Princess Bride or some shit like that. But like legit good movies like Shawshank Redemption, Gladiator, like.
Is Gladiator a good movie though?
Scarface. Gladiator's a fucking amazing movie. Are you really gonna sit there and say that Gladiator's not a good movie?
I mean, it's an okay movie.
You apologize to Russell Crowe right fucking now, dude. Gladiator is a classic. Are you not entertained?
I mean, that's the only good part about it.
That is not the only good part.
That's the only good part.
That's not the only good part. You are tripping.
Tell me another good part then.
The opening like 15 minutes where they're in the fight. And he's like got the horse. He's like leading the job.
Apparently, I wasn't paying attention.
What?
He's
He's like leading the campaign. He's just smashing fools. He's smashing all the barbarians and the Germanians.
I like Troy better.
Troy's a worse movie.
Get the fuck out of here.
First off, Troy's a worse movie than Gladiator.
How?
How is it better? So Troy, there's literally 2 scenes and the rest of the movie is trash. First off, Orlando Bloom.
He wasn't terrible.
Orlando Bloom is in the movie.
Yeah.
Enough said. If it's not a scene with Brad Pitt, fuck that movie. He carries the movie.
Yeah, he does.
Name another good scene.
When he's standing outside the gates.
When who's standing outside the gates?
When Achilles is standing outside the gates.
Brad Pitt's in that scene.
Yeah.
Name a scene.
The scene where he's not in it.
Name a scene where Brad Pitt is not in that movie.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
When the naked chicks are in the hut.
Isn't Brad Pitt in that scene? Because they're his naked chicks.
Not for not for a split second.
It's like there's half a second when he's not in it, and then he walks in the scene.
Yep, and then boom, there you go.
So
It still counts.
Does not count because he's associated with that scene. That movie is complete trash. I watched that movie not too long ago because Chrissy hadn't seen it, obviously. And we literally fast forwarded through every scene that Brad Pitt wasn't in. You know why? Because the movie's terrible. Also, that story continually makes me angry.
Why?
Why?
Just because his Achilles is the one thing that takes him down?
No. I mean, first off, cover your ankles, dude. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Come on.
The armor didn't go that far, okay?
I mean, that's just such a bitch way to go out.
You're not wrong.
It's like, oh, damn, I got a fucking, like a hangnail. It's like, that's like being,
I got a fucking paper cut.
Yeah,
I'm going down.
That's like being alive in the 1800s and you get like a hangnail and you rip it and then you get infected and you die. That's like that. Like, cover your ankle, dude. No. That movie makes me mad because maybe it's just the Hollywood version, because Orlando Bloom, bitch made, first off, steals the chick and like creates this whole war, right? Like, obviously you stole the man's wife, dude. Like, you're a bitch. Let Brad Pitt backhand you, right? And all these people die because you couldn't, you know.
He wanted to get his dick wet, man.
You couldn't get your dick wet in your own country. Also, the chick that they picked to play, what's her name?
Yeah.
Helen.
Mm.
Helen. The chick they picked to play Helen, not worth starting a war over, yo.
Okay, that I agree with you.
Maybe that's why I don't like Troy. Because I'm like, why are we fighting over her, dude? Do you not see these girls that Achilles is with? Like, you can't just pick one of them, like, replace her?
He's over here slaying fucking dimes.
Yeah.
They're fighting over this one.
That poor chick that he just picked up in that mud hut over there is a 10. She's a smoke show. And you're over here with fucking busted ass Helen, and you're about to create this massive war over her. Oh, but she's got a great personality. No, she doesn't. Her character sucks. That movie's terrible. The fact that you think that's better than Gladiator upsets me.
I thought it was good, okay?
It hurts my heart. It hurts my heart. Like, deep down.
I hope it does.
Gladiator's amazing, dude. How can you hate on that? Oh, Joaquin Phoenix?
I didn't like him in that.
You're not supposed to like him. He's the bad guy.
As an actor, I didn't like him in that.
Why?
I don't know, man. Then again, I'm not a big Joaquin Phoenix.
Neither am
fan.
I, but he's good. Did you not hate?
Okay, hold on. Okay, I should have started with this. Okay, I was pretty high when I watched that movie.
So you've only seen it once?
I've never seen it sober.
You've only seen that movie once?
Yeah.
I probably have seen that movie a solid 50 times.
I don't go out of my way to look for that movie to watch it.
No, but like back in the day, like when I was in high school, we didn't have television. We just had movies.
Yeah, so
and I had like 10 movies. And so I just watched them constantly. And Gladiator was one of those movies.
I just watched Goodfellas and Casino over and over again.
Good movies. Also, both movies that Chrissy hadn't seen.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Dog, what are you doing?
I've made her watch.
Why
she's watched Casino with me now.
Okay, what did she think though?
I think she liked it. It's very violent though. She doesn't really like violent movies.
It's not that violent. They only put a guy's head in a vice. It's not that bad.
And then they fucking kill Pesci at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad.
No, you're right. Not terrible. That scene always, like, you feel so bad when they kill Pesci at the end like that.
Yeah.
It's like just such a shitty way to go.
Yeah, but he kind of brought it upon himself.
I mean, he totally brought it on himself, but it's like, oh man.
Yeah.
And then you think about it, like real world, like that actually fucking happened.
Yeah.
Like there's hella bodies right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a bunch of movies on that list that she hadn't seen. Scarface. She hadn't seen Scarface.
Okay, I haven't seen Scarface either.
What?
Yeah.
How old are you?
28? 28?
That's
Yeah.
not an excuse, dude. You've never seen Scarface?
Nope.
Well, you're in luck. Apparently, they're going to remake it. I heard.
Why would they remake it?
Because what?
Every remake that
What do they not remake?
Every remake that has come out has been garbage. Tell me one good remake that has come out.
I'm trying to think.
None.
It's hard to tell because everything is a remake. You know what remake really made me mad? When they remade Point Break.
I didn't see that.
You haven't seen the original?
The remake.
Okay. The remake is terrible. Picture how awesome the original Point Break was.
Yeah.
And then basically take a giant shit on that.
And that's what came out?
Yeah.
I was disappointed for Jumanji.
Jumanji was good. Oh, there's a remake.
No.
So it's not better than the original. It's not better than the original.
Exactly.
It's completely different than the original.
Yeah.
I would hardly even consider those the same movie.
Okay, but the way that they advertised it,
Yeah.
they advertised it as it was going to be something like.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard not to like that movie, though, because of, like, Kevin Hart and The Rock. I'm a big Kevin Hart fan.
I am too, but.
Although he is the same character in every single movie.
Yeah.
But Jumanji was good. So Jumanji is probably one of the only remakes I will say that is not terrible. It's not better than the original. We'll preface it by saying that. Okay, but it's not a terrible movie.
It was okay. How about that?
I'll take it. Okay.
Okay. It was okay.
Okay is acceptable. Dude, speaking of movies, all right. I was watching on Netflix. Have you seen the new Nicolas Cage movie that just came out called Jiu-Jitsu?
Nope.
Okay.
I didn't know there's one out.
Well, apparently it came out in theaters, right, a couple months ago, and now it's streaming.
Okay.
The worst movie I've ever fucking seen. Like,
well, it has Nicolas Cage in it.
Nicolas Cage has been in some bangers.
No.
He's been in some bangers.
No. Don't start dogging. Any movie with him in it is fucking absolute garbage.
Con Air?
Okay, never mind. That one was pretty good.
Face Off?
Nope, didn't like it.
Face Off?
Yeah.
He took his face off.
Oh, he took his face off.
The premise of that movie is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But it's a good movie.
No.
John Travolta?
I don't like him.
You don't like John Travolta?
Nope. Swordfish was the worst one.
I've actually never seen Swordfish.
The only good thing about that is you see Halle Berry's
I was
tits.
about to say
That's it.
That's the only reason I've heard of that movie.
After you see that, you can just turn that shit off. Hugh Jackman was good in that.
See, I've never seen that.
He played a hacker.
The only reason I've been tempted to see that movie is
because of the tits.
Yeah, because I remember when that movie came out, and that was like the hype.
Yeah,
you get to see Halle Berry's tits.
Yeah,
I had a huge crush on Halle Berry back in the day.
I mean, who doesn't?
Flintstones Halle Berry. That was like, I don't even know how old I was. I don't even really think I was into girls at the time. Like I was.
You were at that
I was
point,
pretty young, but I was like drawn to her. I was like, yes.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out now. Okay,
I need to know when that movie came out. Go ahead.
So the cartoons, right?
Okay.
Old school cartoons. This has been like a whole thing, like a rabbit hole with the homies that we went down. Dexter's mom, right?
Dexter's mom from Dexter's Laboratory.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah.
Powerpuff Girls. What's her name? The redheaded.
I've never watched.
Where you don't see her face.
I don't watch Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, come on. Okay, you're gonna have to look it up.
Okay.
And then you get into the animation now. You get into fucking like. Look, all I'm saying
We're
is
about to get into some weird shit.
hold on, we are, but Disney be making these girls fucking thick as fuck. But I'm saying there's other cartoons where it's moms, and they just make them like really slim thick for no goddamn reason.
Cerebellum.
There you go.
Okay, she got the Coke bottle.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, she got the curves.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it was I know who it was. It was Mrs. Incredible.
There you go.
Mrs. Incredible.
Yep. She's the one that started it.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, what the fuck is going on?
Why is Mrs. Incredible so thick?
Why are these animators doing this?
Because they're a bunch of pervy, nerdy dudes. They're like, how would I draw my perfect woman? Fat ass.
No tits. Thick in the thighs.
A waist that doesn't even make any like physiological sense.
Yep,
like,
exactly.
It's like my forearm is the waist. It's like,
yeah.
Those pervy ass dudes. You know one of those animators low key like made some like side animations where
Rule 34, man.
What's rule?
You never heard of the Rule 34?
No.
Okay, I think it's Rule 34. Okay. But the rule is that anything that exists in the universe
has a porn to it. I've heard of that. Has a porn to it?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't know that rule. Damn, that took a whole different direction than what I was thinking.
What did you think?
I thought it was like anything in the universe, like there's infinite number of possibilities. So like anything that you can think of has already happened multiple different times.
No.
So Rule 34 is basically anything that you can think of in the universe has been a porn.
Yeah.
So like there's a Fight Club version of porn.
Yes.
Where Brad Pitt and Edward Norton just
Rule 34
peg each other.
Rule 34 is an internet maxim which asserts that internet pornography exists concerning every conceivable topic. So yes, there is a porn to everything.
So there's a porn out there where Russell Crowe in the Gladiator ends up hooking up with the Caesar dude.
Guaranteed.
Just
guaranteed.
Wow.
I've come to conquer you.
Ew. That makes me feel dirty, dude. Let's move on from that. That's fucking disgusting.
Didn't know that, man.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, I'm glad I ruined your day with it. With that little bit of information.
I mean, you didn't ruin my day, but like now I'm gonna look at you differently.
Look, man,
what is on your Google search?
There's a reason why I clear my cookies every day.
You don't go incognito mode?
I do, but I still clear them.
You clear the cookies off?
Oh, hell yeah, man. You never know.
Is that a thing? I thought incognito mode doesn't save the cookies.
Everything's saved.
You hear that, you nasty fucks out there? Clear your cookies. Even if you're on
the cookies, the cash, fucking everything.
I never clear cookies. You know why? Because every time I clear cookies, it deletes my passwords.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know the passwords.
That's why you be an adult and you write them down.
Where am I gonna write?
Keep them stashed somewhere.
They're stashed in my head.
That doesn't work.
Yeah. You're right. It doesn't. So I never clear my cookies because I did it one time and I remember I spent so long because every time I went to a website I was like, forgot password, reset password. And everything has a password nowadays. So I was like,
so you spent a good day just resetting all your passwords.
Spent a cool 4 hours resetting passwords. Well, I took a turn at the beginning there.
Yeah, it did.
We covered a lot of ground right there.
Weird.
I forgot where I was going. Oh, jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, there you go.
Worst movie of all time. Easily the worst movie of all time. This is like a legitimate movie. Apparently, what I've heard is that Nicolas Cage has come upon hard times, and he's taking anything that comes his way. Let me explain the premise. Let me explain the premise here. Basically, every 4 years, an alien comes to Earth. And
Good start.
And he fights the champions in a hand-to-hand combat, and if somebody doesn't want to fight him, he kills the world. Some shit like that. I don't fucking know. I kind of lost track, but they fight jiu-jitsu and MMA. It's horrific.
Yeah, you lost me at
The special
champion.
the special effects reminds me of those like old 90s sci-fi movies, like the made-for-TV sci-fi movies, where it's like pew pew pew, like, but the guy's shooting like an AR.
Yeah.
It's like pew pew pew.
So the budget was like $2.
Yeah, and it looks like literally like they threw in like the muzzle flash. They added the muzzle flashes in. It was it looks like cartoon muzzle flash almost, where they're being dead serious. It's horrific,
Dude, what if it's like the disaster movie and they're trying to make it like viral? So they purposely did that and made it fucking terrible.
They might have, because it's on Netflix. Like it's like number 4 on Netflix, and it's been not number 4 on Netflix like all week. And I've talked about it, and a bunch of people I know have talked about how bad it is.
It might be a disaster movie thing.
What is it, like the Sharknado or whatever?
Yeah, there you go.
Where they made it so bad that it became good.
Yep.
That's not the case here. It's just so bad. You know what makes it even worse? The fact that it's like there's like military dudes involved in it, right? And they have like the cheesiest like Spirit Halloween military uniforms I've ever seen. Like none of them match, and there's like no real like distinctive camo on it. Like, yeah, it's bad. I would recommend you watch it just to
You're really selling me on it.
Just to experience how bad it is.
I will watch the fuck out of it.
I like petition. Like I tweeted Netflix like, I want a refund on this month for having this movie on your platform. And for recommending it to me, because it popped up. It like recommended to me.
Watch them respond and be like, "No, you chose it."
Live with your decisions. They're like, "We've seen what else trash you've watched on Netflix, dude.
This isn't that bad.
Chill, buddy. You don't have that great a taste."
See, now I'm wondering what the fuck you watch.
I watch a lot of random shit. I watch a lot of documentaries on Netflix. Yeah. Hashtag education.
Trying to be fucking educated over here. Okay.
I watched that Blockbuster documentary. Have you seen that?
Nope.
It's pretty good. Talks about the downfall of Blockbuster. Basically, well, because there's like one final Blockbuster store, and it's here in Oregon. It's in Bend.
It's a road trip.
It's the last one on Earth.
Damn.
Yeah. And they talk about how it went from like Blockbuster had like they said Blockbuster was opening a new Blockbuster location every 18 minutes.
God damn.
Yeah.
And now they're down to one.
And there's a period, well, the reason they ended up going bankrupt was not because of Netflix and all the streaming. It was because they ended up having their debt leveraged during the downfall back in 2008. Like that's why they ended up going bankrupt, because they were just too heavily leveraged.
Huh.
But in 2004, I believe, Netflix, the guy who runs Netflix, Reed Hastings, the CEO, went into a board meeting at Blockbuster and asked them to buy Netflix for $10 million. And they laughed at him and they said no.
You know they're crying right now.
That's $1 billion business
right
there that you could have bought for
Like,
$10 million. And you told them no.
That's like nothing.
Yeah.
At the time.
Even back then,
with how much they made,
maybe like 3 times that is what it was actually worth. I don't know. Like $30 million back then, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? Probably not even that much. Probably like $20 million back then.
But he was giving them a deal.
He was giving them Netflix had nothing at the time.
Yeah.
They were just starting their streaming, I think. Or no, maybe they were still just doing
it was that
DVD,
mail. The mailing.
Yeah. $10 million. And you told them to go fuck themselves.
Jesus. Yeah. Would you have taken it up, not knowing what the company was? If you were in their shoes?
Yeah, because it's only $10 million.
Okay, but think about it.
You're Blockbuster. You're the biggest thing in the world.
Exactly. And at the time, you think you're the biggest thing in the world, and that's only you that can contend with everybody.
Yeah. But Netflix already had this built-in market. They talk about the major the biggest mistake Blockbuster made was they got rid of late fees. So the same CEO that told Netflix to kick rocks, he also got rid of late fees. And they said overnight, Blockbuster's revenue dropped by 67% because of that.
Damn.
Overnight.
Fuck.
Because that's where they make all their money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not only did return them.
Not only did he destroy their revenue, but he told Netflix to get lost. That's weird.
Yeah, that was. Okay.
We got some ghosts up in this bitch. Yeah. Needless to say, he got fired, but it was too late.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. If I was in his shoes, I'd be a little skeptical about it.
Maybe I wouldn't have done it, but I would have at least entertained the idea.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
it does at the time it was something that wasn't offered.
And it wasn't that small of a business.
No.
I mean, if you're asking for $10 million,
it means you had some sort of revenue coming in.
You had some sort of customer base.
Yeah.
That even if the business itself wasn't worth $10 million, those customers, as you're trying to launch your, because Blockbuster had a similar thing where they would you could order DVDs in the mail.
Yeah.
So
but it was only to the surrounding areas, though, of that
Yeah,
Blockbuster.
but there were Blockbusters everywhere.
True.
So, I mean, theoretically, everyone in America was a potential customer.
Yeah.
But you just got too big for your britches.
Mm-hmm. It's like do you watch Shark Tank?
Yeah, I love Shark Tank.
Yeah, I love it too. But did you ever see the one where Ring was on it?
No, but I think you told me about that.
But they weren't called Ring.
What were they called? Oh, that's maybe why I don't know. Because they weren't Ring when they went on Shark Tank?
No, they were called something else. I forget what it was called. But
I'll look it up.
They went, for the people that don't know and you haven't seen it, you guys should watch it. It's a good learning experience if you're trying to start a business. But they went in and I forget the exact dollar amount.
Doorbot.
There you go.
That was what it was called.
But I forget the exact dollar amount that they were asking. But basically everybody laughed at them and said nobody would ever order this and nobody would want to use this service. And they thought it was just stupid. And then they left. And then I think a couple months later, they found the capital to launch themselves. And now they're one of the biggest companies.
I'm trying to see how much they were asking for.
I don't think it was that much, man. It couldn't have been more than 500.
Yeah. It's weird that they didn't see the value in that.
Right?
I feel like,
especially with the security market as it is, or as it was at that time, you had to pay over a couple G's, man, just to set up cameras and everything else.
Yeah.
Because that was the main thing that they were pushing for.
They were pushing the camera.
The camera.
Yeah. Yeah. I would have thought that even if they were just marketing an affordable security camera for your house, I feel like that's
smart.
Still a good business.
Yeah. Well, they saw it as it was just for you to see who was at the door. They didn't see the big picture of it of, hey, you can also see if someone's trying to break in through your front door while you're away. Did you find it?
Yeah. He was asking for $700,000 for 10%.
Boom. That's not that much.
So he basically had a $7 million valuation, but he had over $1 million in sales already. And they told him no.
Yeah. They told him to kick rocks.
And he had invented the technology.
Yep.
So he had a patent on it.
Yep.
Wow.
And I think it was Mark Cuban. He reached out to him as soon as everything started to get bigger and they redesigned and they rebranded the company itself. Mm-hmm. And I think they told him thank you, but no thank you. Dude, can you imagine getting that big that you can deny a billionaire and be like, nah, man, you know what? We're cool.
So right after the episode aired,
mm-hmm.
he had $5 million in sales.
Oh my God.
From the episode. So right there, he hit the evaluation.
Yeah.
So, fuck. And then he got Richard Branson to invest $28 million in 2015, and then he got $109 million from Goldman Sachs in 2017, and then he sold it to Amazon for $1 billion.
God.
$1 billion.
He's laughing all the way to the bank, dog.
So 10% of that.
Do the math.
You can do the math. $100 million or $700,000 investment. And what was the time frame? He sold it in.
It was a pretty short time.
He sold it in. It doesn't say when he sold it. It's probably around 2018, 2019. So it aired. When did it air? It aired season 5. It doesn't say.
Mid-2000s.
Yeah. So in the period of 6 years, you could have made $100 million simply from investing $700,000.
Which to them is nothing.
Which, yeah, that's pocket change.
Yeah. Dude, that's insane.
Oh, my God. That's like those dudes that, like, back in the day bought Bitcoin for, like, 10 cents.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's worth, like, $57,000
Yeah.
per coin. I mean, but over a much longer period of time. Like,
Yeah.
this is a much shorter period of time, and you're, oh, my.
It's still the same feeling, though.
That makes me upset. Dude. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
They've invested in some dumbass things
Yeah.
on there, too.
Well, did you see the one that they bought?
Which one?
They bought the portable record player.
Yeah, I saw that one.
I was like, what the fuck are you
They
doing?
were like, oh, this is a great idea.
I was like, yo, that's like some shit that you find at the like dollar store.
What it reminded me of is it reminded me of those like catalogs when you're the Sky Mall catalog.
Yep.
That's like some shit that you're like scrolling through like, oh hell, I could use that.
Let me get that.
The amount of times I've gone through the Sky Mall catalog, like I want that, but like I don't have money for that, so
Yeah.
I never buy it. But I'm always like, that'd be awesome. It's like some stupid, completely useless.
And that's one
piece
of them.
shit. Man, that makes me mad.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Mark Cuban?
But then again, they did get to where they're at somehow doing smart decisions. So
100%. I mean, really, Shark Tank is just like for funsies.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not making fortunes off of that.
yeah, you know the one that really caught me off guard though. So they brought the CEO of GoPro
As like a guest.
as a guest investor.
Yeah.
This was right after he fired a whole section of his company. So do you remember back in the day when they made it was a gimbal that integrated into a drone?
I think so, vaguely. Yeah.
Okay, so that's why, because it was only around for like a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
So they engineered this, they designed it, they held the patent for it, everything. And then, dude, after it released, it tanked so bad. And
Why?
it
just wasn't good.
No. So he was like, oh, I'm DJI.
Mm-hmm.
They came out with their new drone. It was the Mavic,
Mm-hmm.
the Mavic Pro that folds up,
Yeah.
tiny. He was like, okay, they did theirs. Cool. We're going to do ours tomorrow. So he went live just like they did and released this whole new design.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, nah, this is fucking stupid. We're just going to buy DJIs.
Yeah, because he didn't even have a drone attached to it, did he?
Nope.
It was just an attachment that you could attach to your drone,
Correct.
which obviously wouldn't fit on the DJI one that everyone wants because it's super small.
Yep. So here's the thing though. If he would have done it beforehand,
Mm-hmm.
before DJI launched theirs, I'm pretty sure it would have done really well.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that he waited until DJI did theirs
Mm-hmm.
just to see what they had in their pocket is what totally fucked him.
Yeah.
And then he ended up laying off more than 200 employees and a whole R&D section
Because of that.
because of
He
that.
blamed them for that.
Yeah.
It's like, how come you didn't come up with a tiny drone?
And then he decides to jump on Shark Tank and be like, you know what? I'm going to invest in some companies. After we've already lost like
Well, now he's
millions of dollars.
He's like, look at all the money I saved in salaries. Time to throw this money somewhere.
dude, he's one of the people that I like follow his, because I invest in stock, right? So I was following his, his business and everything, and dude, like, it was pretty bad. At one point, he was, I think it was when he released the Hero 6, they were gonna file for bankruptcy.
Really?
Yeah, because they priced it out at over $400. I don't know if you remember that when they did the black, white, and then silver editions.
No, I don't.
Well, when they first started those,
Yeah.
they priced them way too high, and nobody bought them. Like, everybody was going for the cheap, like, Chinese, like,
The knockoff version.
yeah, knockoff versions. They lost millions, dude.
It doesn't surprise me.
But I'm like,
I have a knockoff GoPro.
oh, I do too, because of that.
It works pretty good.
Yeah. Well, because he sold the Hero, what is it, Hero 6 Black or whatever.
Yeah.
He had it priced at over $500, man. Yeah. And this cheap, knockoff did the same thing for half the cost.
That's like my massage gun. I bought my massage gun from China. $100. It works just the same as the Hypervolt. Hypervolt's like $500.
Yeah.
Just because it says Hypervolt.
Yeah.
Probably made in the same factory, honestly. To be real.
Dude, I actually know a guy in Tacoma that he did that. He found the factory that makes Hypervolts.
And you just contacted them
And
directly.
he contacted them directly, and he was like, "Hey man, how much will it cost to put my name on there?" And they're like, $50.
So he just got one made.
He got one, and then he was like, "How much if I order 10?" And they're like, "Oh, we'll take X amount off." Dude, it was a fucking deal.
And he probably still could have sold it for like super cheap.
He was selling them for $300.
So he's like $200 off the Hypervolt, and it's a Hypervolt with his name on it.
Yep.
I wonder, like, does Hypervolt not have proprietary technology in their gun?
I guess not.
Well, that's stupid.
Yeah. So after I found that, because I was about to buy one, Hypervolt, and then I found that out, and I was like, man, I don't believe you.
So what you're saying is we should make some BLASTHOUSE Hypervolt. Bradley Martin just did that.
Did he?
Yeah, he just released his own massage gun for raw gear. It's dope because it's like black with like, I think it has like multicam looking camo on it. It's not multicam, but
yeah,
it looks close. Like a PNW version of it.
Did he give it like a fancy name?
No, it just says massage gun. I'm pretty sure it just says massage gun. It's got his little logo on it. It's just like a tiny piece of branding too.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But see, he's killing it with the apparel.
Dude, his apparel is blowing up.
Yeah.
Like recently, I've seen it everywhere now.
Yeah. See, before you even told me about his apparel,
You had seen it.
I had seen it.
Yeah.
Because it was that little like weird logo that he has.
It's like a couple triangles.
Yeah.
Like, attached to each other.
Yeah. And then after you told me that it was his and you showed me, I was like,
You're like, oh shit,
I've seen it everywhere.
It's weird. Yeah. It's not my type of thing though. Like most of the stuff he puts out, it's cool, but it's not my.
I feel like it's not big people friendly.
I mean, he's a big dude though.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like muffin top big dude.
Oh no, it's not.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not muffin top big
Yeah.
dude. No. I think you have to be like tiny gym bro.
Yeah.
Or you have to look like him.
Yeah.
And even if you look like him, maybe you don't pull it off as well. He's a pretty big dude though. He's deceptive though, because I've seen him in person multiple times, and without a pump and with like long sleeves on, man, he doesn't look crazy.
So what you're saying is he needs to get a pump in first.
I mean, he's still a big guy, but
Yeah.
like I have some photos with him. And it's like we were like the same size.
When you were smaller?
Yeah. I mean, his arms were bigger than mine at the time too, but like pretty much the same frame. Maybe he had a little bit more muscle on him, but he wasn't like in some of his thumbnails and stuff. He looks fucking gigantic.
Yeah. It's the angles, dog.
He knows how to work the angles.
Yeah.
And he's a strong fucking dude.
Oh yeah.
You see that he put up a video like earlier this week of him repping 585 on deadlifts,
Mm-hmm.
and he's doing it in like some fucking Adidas, like Yeezy looking shoes.
Yeah, the foamies or whatever.
Foamy, yeah. Like, how are you deadlifting in foamies right now?
Yeah.
How is that foamy holding up? How is it not just blowing out all this? Just smushed. Like,
It's a run flat design. That's why.
yeah. But yeah, he does a shit like that. I'm like, what the hell?
I know he did what do they call it? The Hatfield squat?
Oh, no, not the Hatfield.
No, it starts with an H. Where he starts from the floor.
Yeah.
And that was what, over 4?
I think he had 455 on it.
Yeah. That was.
I want to try that. I've never tried that.
Are you going to try it with over 4 on your, for the first time?
Probably not. But
You still want to try
I
it?
feel like I should. I feel like
You going to use bumpers? Yeah.
yeah, you'd have to. I'm not walking that back to a squat rack.
Why not?
The biggest thing with that is trusting the clips, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't trust it.
I would never trust the clips.
Well,
Also, I would feel bad. Like, I'd want to use a shitty bar.
yeah.
I'd have to use a shitty bar.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll try that Duo. Duo has like a super shitty power bar.
Damn, how you going to call him out like that?
No, they have one that's like specifically for like it's for like T-bar rows
That's
and shit.
cold, dog.
He has one super shitty bar that like is strictly for like T-bar rows. Although I've seen people squat with it, I'm like, ooh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
It's the one that you use for rack pulls?
Yeah. Not even rack pulls. I wouldn't even want to use it for rack pulls. It's literally just a T-bar.
Okay.
I think I've done searchers with it just because I didn't mind fucking up the bar.
Yeah.
There's like no nerve lane on it. So maybe I'll try that.
You going to fuck your shit up.
Don't say that.
Fuck it up.
Did he do it? Was he wearing a belt when he did it? I don't think he was.
I know he wasn't.
I feel like it's not that.
I don't know, man.
I feel like
It'd be awkward.
it's awkward. I feel like I'd do it.
Try it. We're going to record it.
The problem with doing something like that, though, like you're going to make a huge scene at the gym. So if you don't get it, you are such a douchebag. You are the epitome of douchebag.
You are that guy.
You are such a clown. That's why sometimes I don't do things at Duo, because I'm like, I want to try this, but I also don't think I can do this. Maybe there's a very strong possibility that I will fail this. So I don't want to do this and have all these people fucking looking at me and then not be able to do it.
Yeah.
It's like I need a practice room. I need a practice room where I can go, and I'm going to go in this room and I'm going to
Where can I prep for
and then I'm
this
going to come back out and I'm going to try.
Before I go big dick mode.
Or the worst, when you like hand somebody a camera or your phone and you're like, hey, can you film this set for me or film this for me? And then you fail. And then they're like, well, shit, I just took time out of my busy fucking workout
to film you.
I lost my pump, so
asshole.
you could not do this. Do you think you could do it?
No, fuck no.
2 plates?
I don't know. Probably 2 plates.
I would think you could do 2 plates.
Yeah.
3 plates?
Ooh, maybe.
3 1/4?
Maybe. I don't know, the way my squats have been blowing up. Maybe I can.
Your squat is going up, so 3 1/4, I think.
I say 3 1/4 would be safe.
I'm trying to think what he squats, because it's a percentage of what his squat is probably.
7.
You think he squats 7?
He's posted it before.
But like recently?
No, not recently.
No. I would say he probably.
That was the last time
he
that I
probably
was following
squats
him.
6 right now. I would say in the 6s.
Okay.
So
Still pretty strong.
it's like 2/3 of his squat, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I should be able to do it
Yeah.
then. Yeah. Well, looks like I know what I'm doing tomorrow. Friday night at the gym. And then although I can't do 455.
Why?
Because he did it.
Oh,
So now I'm just ripping him off. I have to do 5 plates.
Yeah, you have to do 5.
Fuck.
So 2 scoops of pre-workout.
Dude.
All the ammonia you can
5
sniff.
5 plates is a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. It's only $4.95, man.
That's a lot, though.
It's only $4.95.
I mean, that's a lot.
That's your warm up.
It's not, though, but I appreciate you for thinking that. $4.95, though, man. That's a lot.
You can do it.
The problem with that is you're
gonna have to take a few days off after.
So the problem with that is getting it onto your back. Like once you get it on your back, you're starting at a very disadvantageous position, at the very bottom. But I could definitely squat 495 from there. It's that the very initial spot of getting it onto your back is easy. There's like a small in between spot. Yeah. Where you're trying to slide it up.
Yeah. And you're trying to stay balanced.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna throw you around.
Well, I'm going to try it.
You said it on the podcast, so now you have to.
Watch me just totally fuck my shit up, and I can't even do the powerlifting meet now. At least I got good insurance. maybe that's what I need to blow my TikTok up.
Do some cringy shit like that.
Is that cringy?
A little bit, yeah.
Would we say that's cringy?
I would say that's cringy.
Why?
Well, it'd be cringy if you failed.
It's cringy if you snap your shit. You're right.
Because someone's going to be watching that and be like, do I really want to see this?
Like the Larry Wheels' buddy that tore his pec?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Still haven't
that is something I cannot unsee, man.
See, that's why I didn't watch the video. I saw it and I was like, oh, and then it was the first thing that popped up on my feed, and I was like, oh, it started to play, and then I read the first line of the caption. I was like, it's a graphic warning. And I was like, and then I didn't swipe up in time, but I turned my head and I saw it out of the peripherals. So I saw it start to kind of recede, and I was like,
dog, they didn't fucking recede that.
It retreated like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it retreated like a motherfucker. That was the worst thing I could see ever.
There were a lot of good TikToks about it though. Some dude's he's doing incline. He's like, when I'm doing incline and I tell my buddy to throw more weight on, and then he's loading the weight on, and then he's like, but then I realized I just saw Larry Wheels' Instagram or whatever, and he's shaking as he puts the weight. Or there was another one. He's doing incline. He's how I was before watching Larry Wheels. He's doing the incline with the barbell, and then he's how I'm doing it after, and it's him with the baby tiny dumbbells, and he's going hella slow.
Dude, imagine his recovery time on that.
Oh, it's terrible. That has to be the worst one I've ever seen.
And isn't he an IFBB pro?
I don't know if he's an IFBB pro. I know he's a big time bodybuilder, and he's sponsored by Color. I don't know if he's a pro yet. He might be just a high level amateur right now.
Well, still, the fact that he's high level.
Yeah. Well, he has multiple sponsorships, big sponsorships with Cutler Nutrition, and I forget he had a couple more. Wishing that dude a speedy recovery.
Oh yeah,
that is not no point. That's my greatest fear right there.
Oh yeah.
I think it goes pec, and then it goes bicep, and then it goes nothing else.
Yeah.
Because those are the 2 most common.
Yeah. Mine's just pec.
You're not worried about tearing your bicep?
No.
You don't really train biceps.
I don't.
Yeah, but you can tear your bicep doing some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Just picking something up wrong.
Well, that's how I hurt my piriformis.
Oh, picking something up wrong.
Yeah. I think I literally went down to pick up a notebook, and then I heard a snap, and then I was like, "Yep, I can't get up."
You know what that is? That you need to stretch.
I stretch.
I tore my piriformis bending over to pick a notebook up.
Hey man,
really?
Look, when I'm at the fridge figuring out what to eat, I stretch.
You cross your legs.
Yep.
Lean to the side.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't count as stretching, dude.
That counts for me.
That's all the stretching I need.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
Do you think his sponsorships are gonna help him out?
I would hope the color helps him out. I mean, the reason he was doing it is he was trying to get content. You think he was? I don't remember what he was wearing. You think he was wearing? One of
I am not going to look it up.
I'm not going to look it up either. But you think? I would think that if he's wearing a sponsor's clothing item,
that he was trying to get content for them.
He was trying to, but also that's a lot of exposure because who knows how many views that video has.
A lot.
So if you think about it, he brought a lot of exposure.
Is it good or bad though?
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
You know there is.
In fitness, though, I don't think there is.
How?
Unless you have like really cringy form.
Okay.
It's not. I don't think there's bad publicity. Look at that dude, Vegan Gains, back in the day. Do you remember that guy?
Nope.
He's like a big vegan bully. He would like make the worst of the fitness industry, and he'd just destroy. He'd just rip apart these like people, like, and everyone hated him. But there were people that did like him, and his channel grew even though it had majority dislikes, because people would watch the video to see what shitty stuff he'd do. It's like the shitty horror movie or whatever that you were talking about earlier. They purposely made it bad so more people would watch it.
Yeah.
I think in the age of social media, there really is no such thing as bad publicity.
Okay. I guess.
I would say that there's not. Because it's all views. What gets you the most views? What gets you the most viral ability?
What gets you the most traction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The worse something is, the more viral it will go.
Just because it's so
the
bad.
more people will go to your page. And then, yeah.
Unless it's some really fucked up shit.
Oh, yeah. 100%. If it's some, like, child porn shit or, like, you know, some sexist shit right now, you know, or you beat up a dog or something. That, I think, personally, I think
the
dog is the worst one right there. Not personally like fuck pedophiles, but in like, this is how crazy our world is. Like, if people would much rather not see you, people will much more likely hate you for beating up a dog than they would being a pedophile.
Yeah.
Like the vast majority, more people in the majority would hate you for that.
Yeah.
So in the hierarchy of things not to do on social media, violence against animals, violence against children.
Don't be a chomo.
Yeah. Chomo?
Yeah.
I got it. I didn't get it off at first. I was like, what the hell's a chomo?
Yeah.
But I got it. But yeah, I don't think there's that's not to say that I agree with that, but I don't think that there is really a negative social media.
I don't know. I just see it because there's I forget who exactly it was, but something happened with some powerlifting chick. There was like some beef going on, and then she got like just hammered by like everybody on social media that she ended up just deleting everything.
But see, she deleted everything. That's why. That's why it ended up bad for her. She deleted everything. If she'd kept it up and let it kind of fade away, I don't know what the beef was, so it's hard for me to say. But I would think that it would just fade away. I think the worst thing you can do from it is fade away.
Yeah.
What I think of it, like in terms of that, is like The Fighter and the Kid, that podcast. The co-host of that, Brian Callen, he was involved. He was accused of some sexual assault. Obviously, terrible publicity, right?
Yeah.
And he contested that he didn't do it, obviously. And what ended up happening was all his sponsors dropped him, so he ended up leaving his podcast, and he kind of faded away. So I would argue that if you're and now I barely see his shit, right? Like I barely see it on Twitter, barely see it on Instagram. You know, he just never pops up on my For You or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that's the result. Like if he had kind of stuck it out, he probably would be all right. But it's like when you start fading away without letting it blow over, I think that's when you lose control of that negative publicity.
Yeah.
Because you could spin it. You can spin it like in a good positive direction where it actually gains you traction or gains you more reach or more followers. But if you don't spin it and you just kind of run away from it, everyone assumes you're just guilty and then they forget about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I also think it's because she was feeding it.
she was feeding it.
Yeah. As in, like, she was feeding all the people that were, like, bashing her and all that. Like, it got to a point where she was, like, fine, like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, you can't give them that satisfaction.
Yeah.
It's a tough. Social media is wild, man.
Oh, yeah.
It'll eat you alive. The worst thing you can do, I think, is responding to trolls or whatever. I do it all the time, but I know I shouldn't. Because it's a fucking spiral. It's like never ending. Once you give them a tiny bit of attention like that, it just spirals.
Yeah.
They continue to respond. And then next thing you know, you devoted your entire fucking day to it.
Yeah.
But part of me is always like, I don't want to give them the satisfaction of,
saying some shit about you.
Well, I don't want to give them the satisfaction of thinking that they won. Because they're a fucking moron. Like, I got into it the other day on somebody else's post. It wasn't even my post. But somebody else, this guy I follow on TikTok, he's a bodybuilder. And he was talking about how drugs don't make bodybuilding more easy or easier.
Mm-hmm.
Drugs make, enhanced bodybuilders have to work harder than natural bodybuilders.
Okay.
Because basically what he's saying is that the natural bodybuilders only have to worry about losing body fat and dieting. And then the competitive bodybuilders, and he was saying that there's only so much training that natural guys can do before they won't recover from it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's only a set amount of training that they can do, whereas the unnatural enhanced bodybuilders have to worry about their drugs, they have to worry about their eating more food, and then they have to worry about constantly upping the ante because they're always recovering from their workouts.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more variables. So you're saying it's harder. Plus you're competing against higher quality guys, whatever.
Yeah.
And I got into an argument with somebody because I was basically agreeing with him. And then some guy commented and was basically calling me a moron. And then we got into this long fucking thing. And I was like, and I finally just had to stop responding. Even though I was like, I don't want you to think you won.
Feeding the trolls, man.
Feeding the trolls.
That's exactly what they want.
But but I was also kind of helping out that dude because every time one of us responded, it's bumping up his views, it's bumping up his comments. So technically I was helping him out. Involuntarily.
Nope.
But yeah, don't feed the trolls.
Yeah, don't feed them.
Yeah.
Well, I still hope that his sponsors help him out.
I think they will. I would think so. Jay Cutler doesn't seem like a douchebag like that.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like that.
Yeah, I think he'll help him out. Larry Wheels helped him out.
Really?
Yeah, Larry Wheels ran a GoFundMe, and I think they raised like $30,000 for him.
God damn.
Pay for his surgery and stuff. Question is, will he bounce back? Because bodybuilding, obviously, being a completely, superficial sport,
yeah.
And
will he look
the same? They judge you on symmetry, right? That's what I mean. They judge you on symmetry. So it's going to take a long time for that muscle to build back up in size.
Yeah.
To match, right? And then maybe it never matches, right? Because of how they sew it back up.
Oh man.
I know a bunch of guys that tore their bicep and he didn't get it fixed, but so he
didn't get it fixed.
No, he didn't. He tore one of the heads of the bicep. He never got it fixed, so now he has the Popeye bicep.
Doesn't it hurt?
It's definitely hurt him in the long run, but he can curl and he benches, he curls.
Oh.
He just isn't as strong.
And it's so expensive to get it fixed. So.
Well, you only have a certain window to get it fixed too before it starts healing in place. Once it retracts all the way up there,
yeah, then you end up with Popeye.
Yeah, you only have so long before you can't pull it back down. Let's not talk about this anymore. It makes me uncomfortable.
Now we know what makes you uncomfortable.
I don't like thinking about tearing shit.
I don't either.
It just sounds so painful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad juju, dude.
Yeah. I don't know why you went this way.
I don't know how we got on this conversation.
We were talking about
We're talking about Bradley Martin.
yeah, we were. And how strong he was.
Snapping your shit.
Yeah, snapping his shit.
And then we snapped Larry Wheel's training partner.
And we were talking about how well he was doing with his brand.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, he's killing it with the brand.
I don't know. I noticed a lot of people like nowadays, they're all starting some sort of like small company.
Dude. Yeah.
Like
everyone wants to start.
Everyone and their mom has some sort of like little shop.
Everyone wants to start a brand.
Yeah.
And like not for the right reasons.
And then you see like a week later, they're not there anymore.
Yeah. Or they are, and it's just like half-assed.
Yeah.
I see that with so I follow this guy Matt Vincent who runs Hate Brand, right? Obviously, and he always does like Q&A, and the amount of questions he gets about like, hey, I want to start my own brand. Hey, I want to do this. It's like, oh, it makes me. I don't get him as much anymore with BLASTHOUSE, but when I was running Gunsmith, I would get them all the time. Like, hey, how do I start my own brand? Like, hey, I want to do what you're doing. And it's like people just think it's like super easy.
Yeah.
And in some regards, it is super easy nowadays to start your own brand. But like at the same time, it's not something you could be like, you just wake up one day and you're like, hey, I want to start a brand. I'm going to go order shit today.
Yeah.
Like, why are you starting your brand? What is your message? Like,
yeah,
you know, like you can't just like, why should somebody give a shit about your brand? Nobody gives a shit about your brand, really.
Yeah.
Like in the grand scheme of things. You have to
give it a reason for people to actually care.
There has to be
about what you're pumping out.
100%. It can't just be, hey, I want to start a gym brand.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, that's the thing I keep seeing is a lot of people that get into fitness. They're like they get a couple like weeks in or months in, and then they get like a little bit of clout.
Yeah. And
then next thing that goes up, hey, we're gonna start some merch. Would you guys buy it?
Yeah. Well,
it's like
that's the thing.
Okay.
So I view that as different. So merch is different, I think.
No.
Oh, you're talking about like a legit brand.
Yeah, like they turn it into a legit brand, or they try to turn it into a legit brand.
Yeah, I see. I get what you're saying.
So like a good example that I keep using with some people is Russell Orhies, Get Better Today.
Yeah.
And it started as just merch for himself, at least from what I remember it. And then after people started ordering so much and was like, hey, man, are you going to come out with new designs? Are you going to come out with this and that? He was like, oh, man, this can be something.
Yeah.
Like, it can be something bigger than just.
Yeah, he didn't start it with the intention of, having a brand.
Yeah.
It just kind of elevated and grew to that.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is a lot of people just start a brand just because they get a little clout and they're like, oh, okay, I can make some money off of this. Yeah. Like, we'll just make some shit that, some people have already done. And
Or they think they need to start a brand.
Yeah.
In order for them to be relevant in the fitness industry or something.
Yeah.
Like, the reason we started Gunsmith back in the day because there were so many shitty, like cheesy brands like Wake It Up and Grind or some like just stupid cheesy messages. It's like we wanted something cool.
Yeah.
And so, but like, I think a lot of people start these brands without like giving it any real thought, like what their message is. Like
they don't.
Like
there's no mission statement behind
Yeah.
the brand itself when they start it.
And there's
besides like, oh, we just wanted to make it because.
And you can tell because you hear some of the names and you're like, man, you didn't put any thought into that.
Yeah.
You just slapped athletics behind a word and now you have a fitness brand.
Yeah.
Which I mean, more power to them. More power to, like if that's what you're passionate about, fuck yeah, do it. But I think a lot of people do it for the wrong reasons.
No, yeah, absolutely. I think the one thing that and this was like a couple years back was, I don't know, it was longer than a couple years back, but it was when Alpha Elite was starting to pick up and starting to get big, and everybody saw that and they were like, "Yo, man, he's super fucking young."
Yeah.
I can do the same thing.
100%.
Like,
Little did they know that he'd been doing that for like 6 or 7 years.
yeah.
Not as Alpha Elite, obviously, but as other businesses related to that.
Yeah. And have you ever seen his video of how he actually started?
Yeah, in his like little, is the one in his bedroom or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is actually willing to do that?
Yeah. There's not a lot of people. And I think a lot of that though I think a big part of it with respect to that is they see the lifestyle. So
Yeah.
they see the lifestyle. They see the nice cars, the beautiful girlfriend, the gym, he's got the energy drinks, he's got the vlogs. He's
Wait,
traveling.
hold up. He has energy drinks?
Yeah, the 3D or whatever.
Really?
Yeah. It's in like 7-Eleven. It's fucking huge. He probably makes more money from the energy drinks than he does in anything else.
Oh, damn.
They're like everywhere.
Okay. Oh, yeah. And then he has the sour strips.
No, that's
Oh, no, that's somebody else.
that's,
Never mind,
that's
never
one of
mind.
his buddies.
Yeah,
That's Max Jr. But yeah, they see the lifestyle and they're like, oh, I want that. Oh, how did he get that? Oh, he has his own brand. I need my own brand. No, you don't. You don't need your own brand.
Bro, if we just make this brand and just make it dope as fuck, we'll get huge.
That's what everyone thinks it's easy to make dope shit.
It's not.
It's not. I mean, maybe for some people it's easy to make dope shit.
Nah, I've met some people that like are like really big creative people,
Yeah.
and I mean, mind you, it might be different because it's not in the fitness world, but just creative people in general that do branding for other companies,
Yeah.
and for them, easy is still like 6 months to a year to figure anything out.
Right. Yeah. It's tough, man.
Do you think it hurts? Like, say, like your market for BLASTHOUSE, right?
Right.
Do you think it hurts you that all these other companies, like all these other little companies, keep coming in?
I mean, I think it's easy to maybe get caught up in that and be like, oh man, look at all these other companies. But I think if you're confident in what you're doing, I don't think it should matter to you.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you're confident in your product and you're confident in your marketing and you're confident in what you're putting out, I don't think you let any of the other companies affect you in that way.
Yeah.
I think maybe you take some inspiration from it. I'll tell you where I notice it though. I'll tell you where I know. And this kind of sounds like a dick, like I'm a dick move, but like I see a lot of these like small supplement companies popping up, and I see like their branding, and I see their websites, and I see their like labels. Not even looking in depth at the product, right? I just see like their merchandise, their product, or their label, their website, their social media, their design. And some of them are so shitty. And I just look at it and I'm like, and it, not even from like a, man, what the fuck are you doing? But more of like a, damn, man, like have a little bit more pride in what you're putting out there, right?
You're trying to create
like
something.
Take a little bit more time to create something like great.
Yeah.
Right?
Something with meaning.
Well, not even like the, so not even like the message,
no,
right?
but
Yeah.
just something that actually seems like you gave a fuck about doing this, and like that you actually care.
Yeah, and that you're actually trying to achieve another level.
Yeah,
right. Because we've all been to like the shitty GNC or the vitamin shop, and you see those like terrible products. Maybe those are bad examples because you have to have decent marketing to get into those. But we've all been to like the expo or an event where somebody's like, or we know somebody whose brother who owns a supplement company.
Yeah.
And we've gotten some of their shit, and it's like fucking like terrible looking bottle with like a label that's like peeling off, and it looks like he printed it at home on his printer. I see companies like that. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Now, I also understand that there's an aspect of that where like certain things you can't afford, right? Like you have to grow into your brand.
Yeah.
But I think you should never slack on labeling. You should never slack on your design. I mean, you may not have the most like high quality like merchandise or whatever, or maybe you don't have enough of it, but you should never slack on those little details make a huge difference.
Yeah, they do.
Like I remember when we started Blast House, I bought these little cards that had made, and they have like all the social media, they have the logo, they have like thank you for your order, and we sign them and put them in every order, and it's an extra, 25 cents maybe, I don't know, extra 20 cents a box basically to throw one of those cards in there. But it's just like those little things like that makes it look like a bigger brand.
Yeah.
Or like the custom packing tape, like that's a little bit more of an expense, but it makes it look way more professional.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's those little things that I think a lot of people, they get so obsessed with just starting a brand that they don't focus on the little aspects of that.
Yeah.
And I think those are what separates like the tiers of those brands.
Yeah.
Also website design, man. Like it's easy to make a nice website nowadays. Like you don't have to be some HTML genius.
Yeah.
You can go on Wix or Shopify or any number of other website providers and build a good looking website.
Yeah.
But like people don't put the time in that.
Yeah. Well, because they just want to start it.
They just want to start it.
Yeah.
They're just so obsessed with starting it.
Yeah.
Like Blast House took over a year and a half of just design and like website and
Well, the thought was already there beforehand.
The thought was there, but it took like over a year and a half to get through like the sampling and all the label designs and the logo designs. Like it took a long fucking time.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people get so obsessed with starting something that they don't take that time. And you take that time at the beginning so that you're ready for when it starts to take off.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like redesigning labels and shit if it somehow does start to catch on, right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh man, now we're going big, but our label sucks.
No, makes sense. I mean, I've met a lot of people where they just thought it was easy to do. Like, what is it? The caps, like pill form.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, I met somebody that was trying to put like L-citrulline and all that in cap form because they're like, oh, how hard can it be? Like to find somebody to do that. It's like, it's pretty fucking hard.
Yeah, it's pretty hard, but I do know that if you put it in caps, way cheaper. Like way cheaper.
Yeah, but
nobody wants caps.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why would you want
there's
caps?
There's a reason it's cheap.
Yeah.
But if you're going to start a supplement company, if you put things in pill form, way cheaper.
Yeah.
Like dramatically.
Doesn't mean you should do it.
No.
But yeah. I don't know. They were trying to look at also making their own vegan protein. And then they reached out to a couple companies, and then I think it turned into a whole thing of quantity.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, that's cool and all. We can help you, but you need to order X amount.
Yeah.
Well, it's out of my budget. It's
click.
Yeah.
It sucks to suck, dude.
I think one of them they called, it was like a minimum of, it was like $2,500.
Yeah.
And then even at then they couldn't afford it. And they're like, well, can you point us in the direction of somebody that,
No, man.
And they're not going to do that.
Oh no, they're not going to.
There's no way in hell they're going to point you to somebody.
They know who they could send it to.
Yeah, but they're not going to do it.
They would never do that. Yeah, people. That's the biggest thing with the supplements. Like people don't fucking get.
Yeah.
Like starting a supplement brand is like starting a t-shirt brand. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
All you need is a guy that knows how to screen print and somebody who can design your
Well,
shit.
it depends on the quality that you're looking for, though.
That too. But in general, all you really need is a guy with a screen printing press and a guy who knows how to use Photoshop.
Yeah.
Right? Fairly simple.
Mm-hmm.
Supplements are fucking hard.
It's a whole nother beast.
It's a whole nother beast, dude. Because you're dealing with manufacturing, which has MOQs, which has, their standards and practices. Then you have to deal with labeling. Then you have to deal with insurance, like liability insurance, and you have to deal with like a website. And then you have to find a website and a host that will allow you to sell supplements. Like, it's not as simple as just going on Wix and starting a shop. Like, and it's a long process. People don't realize that either. Unless you're ordering like unless you're like Ghost or like Optimum or Muscle Tech or like one of those, or Redcon, who's ordering, 10,000 units at a time.
I'm pretty sure some of them own their own.
Yeah, some of them probably own their own manufacturer. But unless you're one of them, nobody gives a fuck about your order, because you do not matter.
Yeah.
Like if you're ordering, like, even if you're ordering 1,000 units, nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Right? You are small fish
in a big ass ocean.
I literally had a dude I know. So I know this guy, and he owns a supplement company. And I was just talking to him the other day, and he's a bit bigger than we are right now. Because he's had it for 5-6 years now. But he was telling me, he was talking to a manufacturer of that we both know, and he's saying that basically the manufacturer told him flat out that whatever order you put in, if somebody comes in and orders 2,000 units or more, because he's not ordering 2,000 units at a time, he's probably ordering like 1,000 units. If somebody comes in and orders 2,000 units or more, they immediately jump you in line. It doesn't matter how long we've had your order. They're immediately jumping to the front end line. Because normally it's supposed to be a 5-week turnaround, right, with this manufacturer. But the 5 weeks is basically their queue, right? Like they throw you in the queue. Like they have a line of people and they run your shit at this time. So even though it's a 5-week turnaround, it doesn't take them 5 weeks to make the supplement. It probably takes like 2-3 days to run your shit. Mm-hmm. But you're just in line. And they'll fit you in, when they have time, right? But if, a company comes in and they want, 2,000 units of every one of their pre-workout flavors,
you're going to the back of the line.
You're in the back of the line now. So that 5 weeks turns into 10 weeks,
or longer.
Or longer.
If they hit him with another one.
He was telling me he put an order in November with this manufacturer, and he still hasn't gotten it. And here we are in the middle of March. And he's a decent sized supplement company. Like not major or anything, but he's a decent sized supplement company. And they basically told him, tough, man. You want us to care about you.
Order more.
Start throwing some more cash our way. And I deal with the same shit all the time. Like,
dude, that sounds like such a huge fucking like hustle.
It's a hustle.
Like they're basically just saying, hey man, like money talks.
Yeah.
Give us what we want.
And you have no power. You have zero power, right?
Dude, that is the worst feeling. That has to be the worst fucking feeling. Knowing that you've paid somebody to do a service for you, and then all of a sudden some other big dick comes by and just swoop.
So I'll give you an example here. So for our protein, right? We don't order a ton, right? We don't order a lot we're ordering very low quantities, right? Just because capital wise, can't afford to order 1,000 units, right? So we're ordering pretty low quantities, and the margins on that are pretty terrible. Like per unit, it costs me quite a bit of money for the protein, astronomically, like probably 2 times what the average company is paying. Is what I'm paying. And we have an issue with the label, right? It doesn't go all the way around because our manufacturer is limited and they can only print a label that goes 2/3 of the way around, right? So we have to supplement that because 2/3 of the way doesn't work. It looks like shit. So we supplement it by putting a secondary label on the back, right, to cover that blank space. So the label probably costs us like 40-50 cents, maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing. The second label, because it's smaller, it's an odd shape, costs us like 70-80 cents, right? So it's almost an extra $1 to put that little sticker on. So with shipping and everything. Shipping probably adds like, close to $1 per unit. And so now we're adding an additional $2 onto that already tiny margin. And so I called my manufacturer and I was like, hey man, I know you have me at this price tier, but I am losing $2 through shipping, and I'm losing $1 basically because your guys' technology limits you. So I'm having to pay for an extra $1 for my labeling. Do you think you could give me a break and bump me to the next tier with the promise that I'm going to order X amount of units this year?
Yeah. And
he told me no. He's like, that doesn't work. Sorry. And I was like, hey man, can you just work with me? Like, work with me here. I'm trying to grow my business. I need a little bit more room here.
Yeah.
And I know you can accommodate it because I know where the price structure goes.
Yeah.
And he basically told me, well, why don't you sit on your cash for a little bit, and when you get enough money, come back to us. That is word for word the email he sent me back.
So
basically,
in nice ways,
go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
Come back when you have some big boy money.
Jeez.
And then what hurts my soul even more is I then had to send an email into him like a couple weeks later. Hey, I'd like to order at the original price. So basically,
you basically went back hat in hand.
Yeah, I basically grabbed onto his pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. He walked me around the yard real quick while I held onto his pocket.
So it's not easy.
No.
It's not easy.
No. I mean, it's easy if you don't give a shit about your product. If you just want to order something, because all these companies have like stock formulas.
Yeah.
You just order off the shelf and they just slap your label on it.
Yeah. But that's not unique.
No.
And what is the
you make money.
Point of that?
You make money off that.
Do you though?
You make money initially.
I don't know, man.
You it's not long money. You may make a boost at the beginning, like when you drop that shit.
Yeah,
'cause you're dropping it cheap. Maybe lie to people, tell them that more shit's in it than really is in it.
Which is a dick move.
Yeah, but maybe you get an initial surge of orders, right? You build up some hype. Maybe you have some clout on the internet. You do that, but nobody's coming back.
Yeah,
right. It's short-sighted.
Yeah. I don't know. That's at least the way that I see it is like people that actually care about what they put in their body. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure you've done it before you had the supplement company. Mm-hmm. Like, you taste something, you try it out, and you're like, yo, man, this is ass.
Yeah.
Like, why did I buy this?
Also from some big companies.
Exactly.
And I'm like, fuck, this is terrible.
Yeah. I've done it plenty of times with pre-workout.
Yeah, it happens. It sucks. You feel shitty.
Yeah.
You feel dirty inside. You're like, God damn it, I spent $50 on this.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is for people like that, you're out there looking for a good supplement. Mm-hmm. You're looking for something that you're going to continue to buy on a regular basis.
I think people are starting to get towards that. I think the trend is starting to be towards a more educated consumer. Overall, I think consumers are starting to get a little bit more intelligent.
They're learning things.
They're learning things. They're not so they're learning things, and they're learning things to look for. They may not understand everything involved in that, but they're learning what to look for and what not to look for.
Yeah. Man.
I've definitely had dudes come up, like when we did that expo in Utah. Mm-hmm. I definitely had some people come up and be like, they look at the nutrition label and they look at the very bottom and they're like, I don't like that ingredient. Boom. Like, walk away.
But see, those are the people you want.
Those are the people you want. But then I was like, well, that ingredient's there for a reason.
Yeah.
Go get fucked.
Yeah.
I don't need your money anyway.
Get the fuck out of here.
Peasant. You're just making that up because you can't afford this.
Yeah, right. Dude, I've done that before. I'm like reading a label and then I like out my peripheral, I see the price and I'm like, nope. You know what, man? It's the label. I swear I don't like what's in here.
It doesn't feel good in my hand.
You know, I can't take this. Medical reasons. I'm gonna put it back.
I'm allergic to this flavor.
Sir, you grabbed the one that was like $15 cheaper. Yeah, I can take this. It's the same ingredients. No, it's not. But see, you want those people that will actually look at it.
Oh yeah.
Because at least the way I see it is like those people will actually promote that. They'll actually talk about it.
They'll appreciate it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
the thing about that though is you can't appeal to everybody.
Yeah.
So you just got to realize, hey, that's not my market.
Yeah.
That person sucks.
But see, but the person that's just starting something out, they're dude, are they really going to be looking at markets?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Probably not. They're probably not thinking that far ahead. The average person who just starts a brand, probably isn't even considering who their target consumer is.
Yeah. I think at that point that's when most people stop.
Yeah. Well, they start when it gets hard. Most people will stop when it gets hard.
Yeah.
Just because as humans we're conditioned to go towards comfort.
Yeah.
So, hey, this isn't working. This isn't selling. This isn't as easy as I thought it was going to be.
It's not working.
We'll go play some Xbox and eat some froyo. People don't give a shit about your brand. I think that's what most people need to realize is that you are like the top. You are the top of your company. Whatever brand you're starting, you are the top. There is never going to be anybody who's going to care more than you. You set like the standard, right? Mm-hmm. So the least amount that you care, that is the maximum amount that somebody is going to care about your brand.
Yeah.
Anybody. Yeah. Anybody that you're doing business with, any consumer, anybody.
Oh, yeah.
The bottom of your care level is the top of their ceiling.
Yep.
And I think most people don't think that. They think that, oh, hey, this is an awesome idea. Everyone's going to love this. No. They're only going to love it as much as you. Like at the most, they'll love it as much as you.
Yeah. Have you ever listened to Nick Bear's podcast?
No.
Okay. So he did one. Well, no, actually, it was on Matt Vincent's podcast. Mm-hmm. But one thing that I did like that he said was before he got big, he interviewed everyone personally, made sure that they actually had the same passion that he has.
Oh, that were working for him?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he made sure that they had the same passion like he does for the brand, but for their career and their position that they're applying for.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they're not really going to give a fuck because they just want to at
the end of the day, it's not their thing.
Yeah.
Until it becomes their thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like down the road, you can become their thing.
Yeah.
Like Flagner Fail, like they've got some people that are like fucking super passionate about that brand now.
Yeah.
But it didn't start out that way.
Yeah. But like when he was hiring people for his, to do the videos and everything, like he only wanted people that were passionate about film.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I love that, dude.
Yeah. It's brilliant. Because
you can find somebody that's really good and that's, that does good videos or does do good photography, at least in this scenario. But they're like, oh yeah, I do well and I know I can do really well. Mm-hmm. So you guys just need to pay me X amount. Yeah. And they just show up because they're getting paid X amount.
Yeah. Whereas if they're just passionate about photography, that's all they're thinking about.
Yeah.
Right. They're not thinking about the paycheck or they're not thinking about the side gig that they can do.
Exactly.
They're thinking about how can I take a better fucking photo of this.
Yeah. How can I help the company progress more with the knowledge that I have with the skill?
Yeah. That's key. It's huge. I think.
But see, somebody that's starting out, they're not going to be thinking like that.
Well, no, what I think is a lot of people get caught up in the idea of starting the brand and they don't start it for the right reasons and they're not super passionate about starting the brand, right? They have this grand idea of starting the brand and
when they first started,
what they want the brand to be, maybe.
Yeah.
They want the brand to be sustainable to where they don't have to do their job anymore and they can do the brand full time. Yes. That's what that dream is. But how they're going to get there, they're not sure of, and they're not necessarily passionate about the journey.
Yeah.
They're passionate about the destination,
Exactly.
but
The way and the steps to actually
Yeah.
get there, it's kind of like
it's lost. It's a loss. It's lost on a lot of people because you don't see that a lot. Like on social media, you don't really see the journey or the rough days. Like hey, like my manufacturer didn't deliver this. They were supposed to deliver, and now we missed our window, and now we're losing lots of money. Like you're not seeing those shitty days.
Yeah.
You're seeing like the cool photo shoot, like hey, we're unpacking this and we're getting ready to launch this. This is our new design.
we're traveling here to
we're
promote
doing a
this.
vlog. I'm doing a meetup here. Like,
Yeah.
they're seeing that, but they're not seeing the
Struggle.
hours spent, tweaking a design and then losing the file because Photoshop crashed. They're not seeing those shitty like hours that you're putting in.
It's the hustle.
Yeah. And so I think there's a disconnect because people just assume that it's easy.
Yeah.
Because so-and-so is on social media and I watched their YouTube video and it looks like they're having a great fucking time. And yeah, they're having a great time, but they're having a great time because they're passionate about everything that's getting there.
Yeah.
Right. It's part of like the culture, I think, too. Like with the advent of social media, everyone has that instantaneous, like, hey, I want it now.
Yeah.
Thing.
Oh yeah.
Like, hey, I want to stream that show now. I want to be able to stream all 8 episodes. I don't want to have to wait till next week.
Yeah.
I want
fuck waiting.
Yeah. I want Amazon Prime. I want that on my doorstep tomorrow. I don't want to wait till next week.
Okay, I'm one of those people.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I find it myself. I ordered something the other day and it was like, I checked like the 2 days later and you check the tracking number. And it's like, label has been printed.
Yep.
Item has not been shipped yet.
Yep.
And you're like, what the fuck is waiting so long? What is taking so long?
Why is Bob in shipping not shipping my shit?
But then I take a second and I'm like, wait, I know how that goes. Dude probably had some shit come up. Probably got busy.
Nah, fuck that.
I have sympathy. If I'm waiting several weeks, then we got an issue.
Yeah.
If I'm waiting more than a week, then we're having some issues. But
I can wait. Depending on what I ordered,
I can wait. It depends. It also depends how long. It depends, like how long is it sitting before it's shipped?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is it sitting for a week before it's shipped? Then we got some issues, man.
Then you go, Karen.
I saw you update your social media. I know you're around, dude. You best be getting in that warehouse and shipping my stuff out. But
Just wait till that happens to you.
it has happened to me.
Oh, it has?
Well, no, but like I've had people email me like, "Hey, so where's my stuff?" I was like, "Dude, you ordered 5 p.m. on a Friday."
Everyone's gone.
Yeah, I'm traveling. I'm in Seattle right now.
Yeah, like what do you want me to do?
It'll be shipped on Monday. Don't worry, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to get everything out super quick,
Oh yeah.
but sometimes shit happens.
Yeah.
I remember there was one time I went to the post office and the post office was closed, and it was 10:30 on a Tuesday.
The fuck?
And then I was like, oh, fuck, somebody forgot to come open the door. And then I was like, well, I'll drop it in the little slot. And the slot was full, so it wouldn't come down. I was like, well, shit. Now I got to come back later. And then I forgot later because I got caught up with some shit. So I went out the next day. But somebody's sitting at home like, where the fuck is my package? He printed the slip.
They're doing the same thing. They're like, ah.
Like, shit comes up, man. Sometimes it comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a rough journey, but I have appreciation for everyone that starts a business. But the second I feel like you're not putting in effort, it's like, why should I give a shit about your business?
Yeah. If you don't care and you don't put the time into it, why should I?
Exactly. You are the ceiling, or you are the ceiling.
Yeah, you are the ceiling.
You are the most that somebody will ever care about your business.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just fucking around and you're just doing it for clout and because you think it'd be cool and you don't actually care about putting anything into the business,
All the wrong reasons.
yeah, it's all the wrong reasons. If you're doing it to get rich, probably the wrong reason too.
Oh yeah.
Because you may get rich, but chances are you're gonna quit before you get rich.
Oh yeah.
Because they said something about like it's like 5 years before you can expect to make money. On
6.
Your own. Is it 6?
6.
So it moved.
Yeah.
It used to be 4 to 5.
No, it moved, dog.
It moved.
It moved because there was such a high influx of people
I could see that.
starting their
That makes sense.
business.
Yeah, that makes sense. Huh. But yeah, so you're not going to make money for 6 years.
Yeah.
Are you okay with working?
With not making anything.
With working and barely scraping by. I remember when we did Gunsmith, that first year we made $12,000. We sold $12,000 in 1 year.
Now, before everyone goes crazy, that's not a lot.
No, it's nothing.
That's not a lot.
That's gross sales.
Yeah.
That's not what we made.
Yeah. And you probably didn't make anything.
No, because we traveled. We went to some expos. And we had a shitload of inventory. Right? Like we didn't sell
It was
out.
just enough to cover the overhead. That's it.
No, we broke even pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the next year I think we made 30. And we were like, fuck yeah. Like,
This is great.
yeah, we doubled in size.
Oh my God.
And then I think the year after that we maybe did like 50 or 60.
Yeah.
Which is like
It's starting
to pick up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's still not to that point where you
no, that's still not to the point where we were making money and able to do it full time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you still had a job.
But we also had no debt.
That's good.
Like we were completely doing it on our side. We put $600 in each to start the brand,
Mm-hmm.
and then we never put any more money in.
That's good.
Yeah, it just kept.
Yeah,
we just kept rolling it over. Never took any money out. Just kept rolling it over, and that's what you have to do. But people, I think a lot of people get like that year 3 kicks in. It's like, man, I'm still not making money. I'm not able to do this full time. I'm still working at my shitty job.
Mm-hmm.
Is this really worth it?
Yeah.
And if once you get to the point where you're like, is this really worth it?
Dude,
when you start questioning if it's worth it,
yeah, that's when it starts going down.
that's when it starts going down. Because as soon as you start questioning if it's worth it, you have to respond, yes, it's fucking worth it.
Yeah.
Because I want this.
If you hesitate,
hesitate at all, you're going down.
Yep.
You have to know it's okay to like doubt yourself a little bit. Be like, man, this is tough. Yeah, it's supposed to be fucking tough. But you have to be confident, like, yes, this is what I want to fucking do.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make it work.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're not willing to do what it takes to make it work, then just stop now.
If you're not willing to grind.
Yeah. But like, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of companies where, they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And some might say that happened to Gunsmith. No, that's not what happened.
I think you're the only one that said that.
People probably look at it like
No.
that was a failure, but
It wasn't.
no, it wasn't a failure. But because there's a lot of other reasons that happened.
It's just reasons.
But I don't want people thinking, "Oh, you quit," right? Because here I am telling you, "Oh, if you're not passionate, you just quit." And meanwhile, that happened.
Yeah.
But no, there was other reasons behind that. But
Yeah.
you have to be passionate about your shit. Though.
Yeah.
If you're not passionate about it, and if you're not thinking about it all the time, then then you need to sit down and you need to reevaluate why you're doing this and what you're doing it for.
Yeah.
Because it has to always be in your head.
Yeah.
Dropping fucking knowledge, bro.
Boom.
Boom. How long have we been going for?
We're an hour and 40.
Let's call it there.
Fucking Joe Rogan now.
Yeah. Let's call it there. This was a good one though.
Yeah.
Hopefully people stuck around through the bullshit at the beginning
Right?
to actually get to the end. You have to cut this and put this at the beginning.
Right?
But, yeah, good times. Yeah.
So stick to what you love.
Stick to what you love.
Be passionate about it.
Find what you're passionate about. And then once you find what you're passionate about and know what you're passionate about, then start a business.
Yes.
If you don't know what you're passionate about and you're just starting a business to start the business, don't fucking do that.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Slow and steady.
It'll come.
Like the ladies say, man. Slow and steady. You don't want to just go in like a fucking jackrabbit. Because it's over. Then it's over. Much like your company.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clip that part. That part's going. That's a clip right there.
It's clipped.
No, it's not. It's not. But yeah, appreciate you guys for listening. We will have a guest here soon.
It's not that we don't want to.
We just kind of gotta sit down and figure out who we want.
Yeah.
We gotta take our time with it.
It's too many choices.
Too many choices.
If
Too many requests, man. We got a long wait list.
If you guys have any more requests, send them in.
Yeah, if you guys have a request, somebody you want to see on the podcast, you could even recommend yourself, but don't take it personally if we don't accept you.
Yeah.
But yeah, appreciate you guys for listening. Make sure you guys tell a friend about the podcast.
All your friends.
All your friends. If you only have one friend, tell that person and tell them often.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the like button, leave a comment. Let us know what you guys thought of the episode. Let us know if you have a company. Throw your links in the bio or throw your links in the comments below. Let us know. We'd love to check them out. If you got a cool company, we're always down to check them out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and check out blasthouse.com. Still got some Moscow Mule and peach tea, and we'll have some protein here in the next 5 weeks.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story.
Follow James on Instagram.
James Mooney GC on all platforms. And follow Manny.
120
KG
_ Manny G. That's a long one. I got to change that. I'm not 120 anymore.
Yeah, you're not 120 anymore.
But yeah.
All right.
All right, you guys.
Stay savage, my friends. Peace.